What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Tuesday update here. Bitcoin has been a mess since yesterday, and there has been quite a bit of downward price action. However, on this post, I'll be talking about why I'm still bullish on the markets. I do own quite a bit of the altcoins. I don't own Bitcoin, but Bitcoin does affect the rest of the market. So if Bitcoin is bullish, then I'm bullish on the rest of the at least a majority of the market. That is, I can't say for every altcoin, but if Bitcoin is bullish, I would say most of the altcoins are bullish. Um, and on this post, I'll be mainly diving into why that is. I'll be dissecting some of the potential bullish scenarios that are still in the cards. Of course, since yesterday, Bitcoin has dropped quite a bit from about 43,000. Right now, it has rebounded from almost 41,000. Could be a pretty scary drop. There could be more drops in the cards as well, but I'll dive into that and see, which ones are more reasonable. Now, before I begin today, please do read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor, and none of this should be taken as financial advice. I do own quite a bit of the altcoins here. I don't own Bitcoin, but please do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market. It is extremely risky and volatile in this market, so take responsibility for your own money. If you guys do want to support me and my channel directly, you guys can use any of my affiliate links in the video description section below. I do still have affiliate links to crypto.com and Webull. They should still be giving out bonuses after you sign up with them, and I should also most likely get a bonus if you guys use my affiliate link. So I truly appreciate that if you guys support me in that way, if you guys can. Now, let's dive right in and see where exactly Bitcoin is at with the rest of the markets. I'm going to start with the Bitcoin charts. Okay, so on quite a bit of these time frames here, it looks like a pretty steep fall, even just from 2 days ago where this week has started. Right now, let's do a little bit of a recap here. So since yesterday and since even last week, price action did make a double bottom here on this 12-hour time frame, most notable, right? Price action did look like it was trying to get back to that neckline of that double bottom here, which I said it was about 45K, slightly above 45K here. However, as of yesterday, price action did come back down to the previous bottom, which is basically the 12-hour 200 MA here, the SMA here, the orange line. Right now, I do have 3 touches on a bottom trend line, and I could call this a symmetrical triangle pattern, which is still generally a bullish pattern. Now, as of yesterday, I did mention that there was a falling wedge pattern on the hourly time frame. Price action looked like it broke out of that symmetrical triangle pattern. However, it continued downwards. I believe one of these sections were the candles here, right? I believe it was this candle. It looked like the price action has broken out of a falling wedge pattern, which is generally a bullish pattern, but price action did break up before getting a very hard rejection. As of yesterday, the 12-hour 21 SMA was the resistance to be paying attention to, because price action was trying to get back on top of that, but it did fail. Right now, I am looking at a symmetrical triangle pattern, which is still generally a bullish pattern. Let's see if price action would be contained within this pattern here. If it does not, that is a sign of caution. Now, there are still a couple of bullish scenarios, like I mentioned, right? And one of them is this falling wedge pattern that the price action has been in, and that's more noticeably seen on this 12-hour time frame. And within this falling wedge pattern is a symmetrical triangle pattern, so both are generally bullish patterns. And now within this symmetrical triangle pattern on this hourly time frame, there is a falling wedge pattern as well. And as I have mentioned, it is still generally a bullish pattern. If price action successfully breaks out of this pattern to go towards its measured target, the measured target would be about 43K here. It looks like price action is trying to break out here, but let's see if this would be a successful breakout, or would it get rejected at one of these moving averages that's between the breakout point and the measured target here. Measure moves. This measure move is a theoretical move, so it could be higher or lower. Now, let's just say that price action does break this bottom trend line here. A potential bullish scenario would still be that if price action does make a double bottom, comparing to this bottom right here on this daily time frame, and there is likely a bullish divergence scenario as well with that possible double bottom pattern, or even slightly lower. I think it's still pretty probable of a bullish divergence scenario here, because the RSI here on this daily time frame is about 40. Comparing to the previous low here is about 35 here. So there's still quite a bit of way down to actually beat that previous low on the RSI. So I think it's still possible that there is a bullish divergence scenario, even if the price action does try to make a lower low than this previous low here and break the symmetrical triangle pattern. But of course, I'll be a lot more cautious then. Now, as I've been mentioning, why I'm still bullish on this market, which does mean that I do have to be bullish on Bitcoin, is because on this monthly time frame here, there has usually been two waves for each of these, two big waves, that is, for each of these cycles, bull cycles on this monthly RSI, and we only had one wave so far. So if I expect the same thing to happen, of course, it may never happen. That is where I will have to gauge and see, where I would significantly change my opinion, which I will get to in 1 second. But, if I do expect the same things to happen as it did previous cycles, then I could be expecting another wave here. Now, let's go to the weekly time frame, where we are right above the weekly 21 SMA. And 50 SMA here is not too far behind the weekly 21 SMA here. If price action does start closing below the weekly 21 SMA, I'll be careful. However, if it starts closing below the weekly 50 SMA, that would significantly change my opinion. If the weekly 50 SMA does get broken, the next level of support, major support, I'll be looking at would be about that 37K level here, which has been support previously, right? If that does not hold, then the next level of major support I'll be looking at would be down here about 29K, slightly under 29K in that zone. The monthly 21 is still right beneath that. So my logic is, if price action breaks below this weekly 50 SMA, which has not been done before, it has been done very slightly here since that drop back in May, but it did get a very quick rebound. So if it continues to close below the weekly 50 SMA, that's not a good sign. The next level of major support will be about that 37K area. If that does not hold, I could be looking at a pretty far way down to about this support level, about 29K here. So that's my reasoning here. That's why I'm still bullish, but I'll be very cautious now because it is approaching some key support here, some major moving averages on this weekly time frame. Now this should do it for the day. For Bitcoin, I think basically this is the main thing I'm looking at now. Any particular small markets, I really don't think it really has a chance, unless it has a chance for a sustainable move, that is, unless this stops dumping. So I'm going to leave it at that here today, and I will see you guys in the next video.